So, I'm 32, recently divorced, gainfully unemployed, and emotionally stable in the way a raccoon is stable. I eat garbage, hiss when startled, and I will absolutely fight anyone who touches my snacks. The only difference is I don't live in a dumpster. I live in a studio apartment with peeling wallpaper and exactly one functioning light bulb. I've got time and Wi-Fi. So naturally, I've spiraled right back into Minecraft. I know. Minecraft in 2025? Yeah. While everyone else is posting gym selfies and pretending to like yoga, I'm building medieval castles out of pixel blocks and living off instant noodles. It's a lifestyle. Judge all you want. To be fair, I've been playing Minecraft since the beta days, back when creepers were genuinely terrifying, and Herobrine was still that weird myth you'd hear about from the older kids on the bus. I'm not new to this. Modded it all. Zombies that scream, Sky Island. Even once made a dimension made entirely of beads. What I'm saying is, nothing in Minecraft surprises me until last Tuesday. It was 2 a.m., prime time for bad decisions and deep YouTube rabbit holes. I'd been doom scrolling through some crusty old Minecraft forums looking for spooky seed. You know the kind, haunted village. Weird glitch in 1.1, 2.2. Don't dig here at 3 a.m. LOL. The usual flavor of digital campfire story. Then I saw it. A single thread. No replies, no likes, no context. Just a plain title in all caps, Project Rainfall Server, do not join. Naturally, I clicked on it like the curious little idiot I am. The post was short. No lore dump. No, my cousin's friend's uncle tried this and died. Just one line. IP 76.9.118.4. You only get one login. Should I have paused and considered that maybe, just maybe, this was a bad idea? Yes. Did I? Absolutely not. I was already copy-pasting the IP before my brain could form a red flag. I launched the game, pasted the address into multiplayer, and hit connect. No handshake delay, no version mismatch, no warning. Just snap. Instant connection. The screen didn't even load normally. No loading bar, no Mojang logo. One moment I was at the menu, the next I was just in. No HUD, no health bar, no chat, just me, Steve Skin, default look, standing alone in a flat, empty field under a burnt orange sky. And I mean, like someone lit the sun on fire and then punched a hole through it. The whole landscape looked off. Almost right, but not quite. The grass was too smooth. The clouds didn't move. The trees looked warped. They were leaning in to whisper secrets they didn't want me to hear. There was no music, no sounds. Just this low, ambient hum that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, like standing inside a giant subwoofer. I tried hitting escape to open the menu. Nothing. No menu. I hit tab to see if anyone else was online. Nothing. I pressed T to chat. Nope. Then I did the stupidest thing of all and hit Alt plus F. The screen flickered white. Then, in tiny glitching red text near the bottom, it said, "Nice try." I actually said, "What the hell?" out loud. Like that was going to help. I started walking forward. I had no plan, just that sick curiosity you get when you know something is wrong, but you have to poke it anyway. About 10 blocks ahead, there was a single oak sign, just standing there. It said, "Welcome," my real name. Not my Minecraft name, not my computer name. My name, full government name. The one I haven't used online in years. The one I didn't speak aloud, hadn't typed recently, and had no reason to appear in a Minecraft server hosted by God knows who. At that point, I noped the hell out. I slammed my laptop shut. Except, the screen stayed on. The game didn't minimize, it didn't quit. It just kept running. Even when I shut the lid, the hum kept going. Muffled. My laptop fan went into overdrive. Something inside it started clicking. Slow and steady, like a metronome, counting down to something. Then, my webcam light turned on. I do not have any apps that use my webcam. Not Zoom, not Discord, not even that sketchy filter app I downloaded once because I wanted to see what I'd look like bald. Answer, cursed. I covered it with a sticky note like that would somehow stop whatever was clearly already watching me. When I opened the laptop again, the game had changed. It was night. The sky was a deep, textured black, and the clouds had vanished. The grass was darker too, almost ash-colored, and far in the distance, something was standing just outside the edge of my render distance. It didn't move, didn't have a name tag, didn't glow, just a tall, thin shape with impossibly long arms. I walked toward it, because, of course, curiosity beats survival instinct every time when you're tired, lonely, and fueled by cheap beer and bad decisions. The closer I got, the more wrong it looked. Not a mob, not a player. It was wearing my skin, My exact Minecraft skin, the one I hadn't used in months, down to the custom backpack texture I coded myself. It even moved like me, except for the head. The head turned too far. It twisted slowly, like it was unpeeling itself to look back at me. Then it sprinted off into the woods. No footstep, no leaves crunching, just silence. I chased it. I don't know why. I wasn't thinking. It led me over a river that flowed uphill, past a village made of and down into a ravine that wasn't there a second ago. I fell. I kept falling. It wasn't like normal Minecraft. There was no sudden stop, no death screen, just endless void, like the space between the pixels had opened up and swallowed me. Eventually, I landed. Not with a crunch, not with a bounce. I just arrived. The room I was in was lit by floating candles. The walls were obsidian, but darker, blacker than black. In the center of the room was a lectern, and on it, a single. I opened it. The title page said, "Why You're Here." Page 1, "We've Been Waiting." Page 2, "You Spoke the Name." Page 3, "You don't remember, do you?" I didn't. Then the book slammed shut on its own. The candles went out. The hum returned. And from the darkness, I heard my own voice whisper. Through my headphones, through the room, through something in me. "It's your turn now." Absolutely. Here's part 2 of your Minecraft creepypasta. I found a Minecraft server that shouldn't exist. Now it won't let me leave. Narrated by a sarcastic, witty 32-year-old man. Part 2, 1,200 words, paragraph format. Let me preface this with a very sincere. I don't scare easily. I once fell asleep watching The Ring. I live across the street from a cemetery and occasionally wave at the weird silhouette in my window reflection, just to keep things spicy. That server? That thing? It broke me. After the book slammed shut and whispered, "It's your turn now," everything went black. Not like your average in-game void, this was the kind of black that feels like it's staring back. No sound, no visuals, just the humming. Always like the sound your ears make when something's too quiet, but alive. Then the screen flickered. Not back to the game, back to me, my face, on screen, caught mid-expression by the webcam. The image was distorted slightly like an old VHS pause frame, and I swear, my reflection blinked after I did. Then it cut. Back in-game, I was no longer Steve. I didn't recognize the skin at all. It was wrong, pale, veiny, almost translucent, like someone had skinned a villager and used it as a texture pack. My hands looked too thin, too human. I was underground now, deep underground, surrounded by black stone corridors that pulsed faintly, like veins in some massive beast. The walls were shifting slightly, not in animation, in reality, like the code itself was folding in on me. I tried walking, sprinting. Nothing worked. I just moved, like the game had taken control and was puppeteering me toward whatever it wanted me to see. Eventually, the corridor opened into a massive chamber. And by massive, I mean impossible. Like one of those Escher paintings turned inside out and coated in raw nightmare fuel. Floating islands hovered in a sky that had no ceiling. Water flowed upward, sideways, diagonally. Blocks blinked in and out of existence, flickering between dimensions I didn't recognize. And at the center was it Herobrine, not some edgy, fan-made entity. Number this thing didn't belong in the code at all. It wasn't a character. It was a hole, a void wearing the suggestion of a form. Like if someone told an AI to draw God, but scary, and then punched it in the face halfway through rendering. It looked at me, not with eyes, presence, like my bones were being counted, like it was flipping through my memories like a dirty magazine. And then it spoke, through chat, the only time the chat bar ever appeared. "Do you remember now?" I tried typing back. My keyboard locked. "You played this server before." That was a lie. I'd never seen this server, never touched this IP. I would remember something this freaky. Wouldn't I? "You said the seed." The screen flickered. For a second, the game minimized. My desktop was visible, but it wasn't mine. It was from 10 years ago. Old folders. Music I haven't listened to since high school. A screenshot labeled Seed Test Final V. I opened it. Inside, one text file. No extension. Just a string of numbers. I recognized it. It was a seed I made when I was 22, for a horror map I never finished. One I messed around with for months. Redstone traps, disappearing villages, fake lore I wrote in a notebook that's probably still in my parents' attic. Only, I never uploaded it. Not once. You created the world. You left the door open. That's when it clicked. Somehow this server, Project Rainfall, had found that seed, pulled it, built itself around it, except something else had gotten in, something that shouldn't have been part of the game at all, and now it was trying to get out. My character suddenly began levitating. No elytra, No command input, just lifting into the glitching sky like a puppet on invisible string. The world beneath me stretched, warping into a flat circle of code and static. I was leaving the game world entirely. The sky turned white. The humming grew louder, more chaotic, until it sounded like voices screaming through a modem. I saw flashes. My room, my face on the webcam, lines of code overlaying my vision, a folder on my hard drive that hadn't been there before. Then, silence. When I woke up, if that's what you can call it, I was back at the Minecraft main menu. Everything looked normal, except there was a new world in my single-player saves, titled, "You Can Still Fix It." Against all good judgment, I clicked it. It loaded instantly. I was back in the chamber, but this time it was empty. No void monster, no floating architecture, just a single chest in the center. Inside, one book and quill. The pages were blank until I hovered my mouse over it. The tooltip said, "Say the words." I didn't know what that meant, but before I could react, my mic turned on. The light popped on by itself, and a voice, not mine, spoke through my speakers. "You built this. You named us. You opened the world. Now close it." My laptop shut down. Hard shut. Total blackout. No lights, no power, no fan. Dead. I just sat there, in the dark, staring at my own reflection in the black screen. Except, again, my reflection blinked twice and smirked. My lights flickered. My phone buzzed. A notification appeared. New Wi-Fi network. Available. Project Rainfall. I screamed. Not even a cool horror scream. A high-pitched, hiccupy shriek like someone just stepped on a Lego and got divorced at the same time. I unplugged everything. Router, laptop, phone, even the microwave. Did it help? Number. Because when I turned the laptop back on the next day, the world save was still there. And now it won't delete. No matter what I do. Delete the folder, wipe the drive, factory reset. It keeps coming back. Always with the same message. You only get one login. And now, every night at 2 a.m., the humming comes back, low and soft, like it's waiting for me to log in again. Sometimes I do, just to check. And every time the world has changed a little more, something new added, something watching from just behind me. Sometimes I swear I can see my own apartment, recreated in blocks, with a Steve standing in the window, wearing my face. If this story gets posted and you're thinking of joining the server, don't. You only get one login. And some worlds, they remember you forever.